Eastern Conference semifinals continue here on 2K Sports. Game 2. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Great to have you with us. Our starting lineups, we'll look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting 5 for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Valanciunas?
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He's just one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind. It's a bold statement to make, but I'm not afraid of bold statements. I do believe that.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Here's Jimenez. Shot misses. Good work defensively by Lowry. Ariza kicks to Valanciunas. Lowry fires. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
They get it back. Noah laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He's a grinder.
Well, Mike Woodson gave me a moment to catch up with him. Coach didn't mince words for his team, telling them that even though they took game 1, they'll need to come out and play the same way to keep home court advantage. He said, so far, we just held serve, and it's only going to get tougher from here on out.
All right, Doris. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark. He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for him.
Smith off a pick from Jimenez. Smith kicks to Davis. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Davis has got his first points of the night. Back to Ariza. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Shot on the wing. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got a path to the rim.
And you love the versatility.
Out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. Dang, Ariza covering. That's a 2 from Smith. Hits the jumper in space. Smith's got 8 points.
A much better quarter for them in terms of shooting the basketball.
You know, anytime your field goal percentage as a team is up in the high 50s, you're doing a lot of stuff right.
Gets it to go. 6 points for Luol Deng.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce back.
And that one is hammered home.
I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang contact.
Wow, he just... There's the pass to Jimenez. To the inside. Goes up on the block. It's Chicago with another bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their...
Here's DeRozan. Nice shot from the wing. DeRozan's got 5 points now this quarter.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
He dishes it to Ginobili. Pass to Jimenez. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the bucket. Big Daddy's got 9.
And their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got it going now. Above 60% shooting for the night, and it's going to be tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
Back to DeRozan.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
This crowd just stunned at the sight of that one.
Ginobili the pass to Jimenez. Back to Ginobili. Here's Big Daddy now recovering. Ginobili outside. Passes it to Jimenez. 6 to shoot. For 3, Smith gets the bucket. 11 points in the game. Smith outside. Ginobili outside. Back to Smith. On deep. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Bulls lead by 20. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Round 2 of the NBA.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. It's been one outstanding game from Smith.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Jimenez, he's in at point guard. Noah is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's J.R. Smith, and it's Dang in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. DeRozan with it. He's picked up by Dang. DeRozan dishes to Valanciunas. Goes up the baseline. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Right side Dang. The dish to Noah. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. Ariza passes to Lowry. Kicks it out to Ariza. Off target from outside. Chicago's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started, and a better job finishing it off.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Lowry up top, DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. DeRozan's got 9. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Dishes it to Dang. Pass to Jimenez. And Big Daddy picks up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's one of the few mistakes.
Willing to do whatever it takes to win, certainly. Jimenez, the pass to Smith. It's stolen by Ariza. Goes up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. The Bulls shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Dang off the pick from Jimenez. Dang goes in. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's DeRozan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
Back to Lowry. Ariza outside. Lock at 6. He passes to Lowry. They swipe it. Here's Jimenez. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run out, Steve. That's perfection to me.
For the finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. And turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities, that's what it's all about. Foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there while he's playing.
Well, the lead's only going to get bigger unless they shore up those mistakes. They got to tighten things up here.
Outside Thomas. This is it to Jimenez. Ginobili outside. From deep. That's good. Ginobili's got 8 points.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
Douglas with it. Now guarded by Jimenez. DeRozan working against Thomas. Douglas for 3, and they get it. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Douglas.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet nine. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one with for a teammate.
Outside Thomas. He feeds it to O'Neal. And that one's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Last break, here comes Chicago. Ginobili outside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. That's a 2 from Douglas. Kept alive. Oden dishes to Ross. Back to Oden. Stolen by Ginobili.
And all you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Yeah, their confidence has really dissipated here.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside, into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Big Daddy, defended by Douglas. Ginobili, the pass to Jimenez. There's Thomas with the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They need to bounce back from Wednesday's loss.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart at the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right.
Game 3.
And thanks for joining us once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference Semis. Here's Big Daddy. Here's Hollins, Snell, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. The Raptors shooting around 40% from the floor here. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. The three, that is good.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave him that wide open.
Nixon, guarded by O'Neal. The shot's good from Nixon.
Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Here's Jimenez, rejected by Nixon. Here we go, one-on-one. Ross passes to Freeman. They grab their own miss, and that one's good.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation.
Raptors need to get a shot off. No good from Nixon. Chicago's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here's Big Daddy.
Oh, get it! What now? Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Well, it's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up, I guess.
Here's Big Daddy. Snell. Pass to Jimenez. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Hollins. Now the pass to Jimenez. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Chicago making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Pass to Ross. Ring shot on the way. Rebounded by Jimenez. Big Daddy's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Into O'Neal. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
He's been key for this team's offense the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
Nixon, defended by Jimenez. Here is Ross. The shot will not go. Great D that time from T. Here's Big Daddy, defended by Ross. Pass to Jimenez. Snell, Latre, count the bucket.
Boy, they're extending.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Johnson the screen, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Here's Jimenez. And a miss there off the inbound. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?